Live. Welcome
You got the intro.
to the Manic Money Finance Show. I'm Money Mike, and this is.
And I'm Crypto Corey.
Oh, yes. And we're here to teach you about some finance stuff. Maybe.
Yep. This is purely educational only. Nothing that you're going to see here is financial advice, right? We're not financial advisors.
No
Right? You
live
need to do your
fund trading.
do your due diligence with your research, right? Because
I call it,
you can lose a lot of money.
I abbreviate it to duty. Do your duty.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So, right, we played the trade out from last night, right? We paid ourselves this morning, Mike. We went to bed, right? And we paid ourselves. So we got that trade that we were in, it was in like what? It was like 2-3 days I was in that trade. Played out pretty good, right? So I'm getting close to doubling my account now. So the small account. So it's been going good. Happy with that. But I saw somewhat like a stop hunt this morning, and I saw the break back above the 200 on the 1 minute on Bitcoin. So I entered into the trade, and then boom, stopped out, and I knew right then and there that the markets were just gonna behave not so pleasantly today. I guess you could put it in those terms, right? So I just, I got stopped out for $10, and I just knew, like, if it's gonna be like this right off the open, most likely it's gonna do this all day. So yeah, I was like, whatever, shut it down. Didn't look at I glanced at the charts probably around noon. I was like, yep, right as I predicted. Just going right, taking people's stop losses, right?
Oh, yes.
So let's pull up the chart so you guys can see. We entered in a live trade right before we went live here, and it's about to get stopped out. So it's all right. And that's just how Bitcoin is behaving, right?
That was me.
That's why I don't touch live funds on this, right? Tomorrow's Friday too, so we can get like a TGIF model. We'll see, right? But as of right now, like today, I mean, we were successful in the morning, and that was it.
I mean, right now would be a good time to
you
buy. Just saying, right now it looks like an actual inverted head and shoulder action, a little. But we'll see. I could be wrong again.
Yeah, I mean, we could see what's going on here. So probably would I put my stop right at the 786? Really? Come on. Yeah, I'm gonna put my stop a little lower. Right. Pull from this low. Right to the high. All right, so we're right at that 786. Let's see if we can get the bounce, right?
Ooh, that don't look good.
Crazy week here this week.
Yeah.
It's just like I'm like, oh, it's today Monday? Like today felt like a Monday.
It kind of is if you think about it. With the, day off yesterday and stuff. Most people were not trading
Yeah.
on New Year's Day. Most people weren't working on New Year's Day. So, I mean, it makes sense, but it's one of those things. I did see something today that I've been looking for and talking about a lot on this show, and that was our audio levels are good. Audio levels are good too, by the way. A decoupling of the
Nice.
S&P 500 from Bitcoin. That was
like so. Why don't you tell our audience why this is significant?
So basically,
the S&P.
Yeah, I mean the significance is the fact that Bitcoin basically wasn't able to spread its wings and fly because it was pegged to the other markets, and not really pegged per se because that means something else, right? Um, but basically,
Yeah.
when the S&P was up and the greater markets in general were up, Bitcoin was up, and then the opposite. So when Jerome Powell spoke and crashed the S&P under 6,000 in the mere minutes, Bitcoin literally followed suit and crashed down under 100,000. Mind blown. It makes no sense.
Or does it?
I know. It's like, why would the traditional financial markets affect Bitcoin? If anything, if you see any kind of like problems with the TradFi markets, Bitcoin should be going up. So, I mean, I didn't like seeing that for one, because let's face it, if everything's dropping, it doesn't look like there's good buys anywhere. How are you going to make money if you're an insufferable bull like me? So,
Yeah, permabull, you know.
yeah, so it was actually kind of nice to see Bitcoin go up today and leave the S&P, not necessarily in the dust, but just watch them go away from each other. So that kind of tells me that's making a good argument for, basically a continuation of the bull run into the spring, which is what I was predicting. So, I mean, even if it's just January, that's going to be good enough for my investment strategy. But
Yeah. So, wasn't there like there? I think there was like positive economic news today. I believe. Am I right?
oh, that's a really good question,
Going off of
because
memory. Yeah.
I mean, it might have been today was Thursday, so it would have been unemployment. Um, I can,
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
yeah, I
Yeah,
can check it
it
out
was
right
good.
quick.
It was bullish. But yeah, let's pull that up.
It was good.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Because
I glanced at it. I don't remember
the
like
actual was 211,000, and they were expecting 225.
yeah,
And
so it's slightly lower.
yeah, and I didn't see construction spending. They don't have it up here on Market Watch right now. You know, Friday looks like a big old nothing burger. Auto sales.
Yeah.
I mean, manufacturing could be kind of important, but you know, crude oil inventories. Like, who even cares?
Yeah, I mean, these aren't really like something. I mean, yeah, they're red folders, but you can, I mean, just make sure you have it in mind and like watch within the first 30 minutes how the market behaves. Just like how I was talking at the beginning of the stream here, how I was able to figure out within the first 30 minutes how the market was going to behave for the rest of the day. That you can literally do that. So 9:30 opening bell, right? 10 o'clock comes around. By 10 o'clock, right, we're gonna have a good idea as to what is happening in the markets, if we're pumping or we're dumping or we're just going chop. So for me it was probably in the first 10 minutes, right? Like, let's pull up the Bitcoin chart and I show you why. I was like, yeah, this is dog crap. It was, like I've spent some good time now where I can actually identify when it's gonna act like this, and I just when it starts acting like that, I walk away because it's not even worth my time engaging with it, right?
Oh yes.
So this is the 1 hour is actually hitting that 21. I'm actually, you know what, Mike? I like that. I like what I'm seeing here. This is possible entry right now. So I'm gonna
Re-entry.
open up.
Re-entry. Hey.
So we're gonna see how we had the golden cross. Now we touched the 21 with the 1 hour. Slightly getting a bounce there. We're gonna monitor, right? So I re-entered a live trade. I entered a demo trade on the beginning of this live stream, right? I very well could be wrong, but this is uh this is looking promising, Mike, right? And did we just hit the 786? Yes, we did. Yes, we did, folks. So eyeing this, right? So not see, this is what we have. We have confluence here. I'm showing you in live time that, see, I'm not BSing you. But see how we have a bounce off the 786, and now we also have a bounce off the 21 moving average with the golden cross on the 1 hour. Can it hold, right? That's the question. 4 hour, look at what that 200's doing. It's flat, right? This is what we like to see. And look at this, almost like a flag forming here on this 4 hour. See it? Some consolidation. Very well can come back to touch this 21, right? This curls up and continues as we get this golden cross on the 4 hours. See how this is what I mean, folks, by price is fractal. So if you watched the stream yesterday, what we were talking about was the 1 hour breaking above that 200. The price action broke above that yellow line. And right now, you see what the 4 hour is doing. The 4 hours in a higher time frame. Now let's look at the 2 hour, right? Isn't that interesting, huh? Price has now gotten above the 200 on the 2 hour. So as you step through the time frames, right? Okay, so you missed the 15-minute golden cross. That's okay, right? Wait for the 30-minute golden cross. Okay, you missed the 30-minute golden cross. It's all right. Now wait for the 1 hour golden cross. You see what I'm saying? You have so many opportunities here. So many. And as price, say, breaks out, right? What you will see, it starts in the 1 minute, right? Price breaks above the 200 moving average, exactly like what it's doing here on the 2 hour. Price will pump. The 21 will follow because the 21 is a shorter moving average. It only averages the last 21 candles of whatever time frame you're in, right? That's what these moving averages do. It's different, different from an EMA. So I don't want to confuse anybody, but right, this is a simple moving average. So it averages whatever time frame you're on. What will happen? 1 minute will get the golden cross, then the 2 minute will get the golden cross, the 3 minute will get the golden cross, the 7 minute, the 5 minute, the 10 minute. It just goes on. It's fractal. It literally goes on every single time frame. You could be on the 1 minute 30 second. You can make whatever time frame you want. It happens on every single time frame. What I'm showing you right here, and that's what's so trippy about this. And then once you realize that and you understand how that works, price no longer matters, right? Doesn't matter anymore. Why is that? Well, because we're just playing the moving averages. We're looking for where the price is in relationship to the moving average. That's going to tell us our direction. And that right there, what I just told you guys, is huge. Like, people pay thousands of dollars to have someone teach them that. And I just went through it. And yeah, that's how simple it is, right? A lot of gatekeeping in this. We're not going to do that, right? We're just going to get popular telling the truth. And I show you in a live demo setting every single day, practically every single day we get on the live, right? And you see me make my calls and you see my calls play out. They don't play out all the time, but how often, Mike? How often do you think would you say my calls actually play out?
I mean, the majority of the time for sure.
Well, yeah, it's more than 50%, right? Right? I could be wrong half the time, and using the risk management strategy that we teach here, the 1 to 3, right? You can still be profitable. See, you have to have multiple pieces of this puzzle, right? You can't just go and, if you have a good model, right, and if you over leverage, well, you're still wrecked, right? You know, if you don't play a model and you're just gambling, you're just uh, trading price breakouts, well, yeah, you're gonna get wrecked. We don't do that here, right? We buy the red candles, right? We just bought the red candle on the live stream. See this? And would you like how many times do I have to show this to you? Like we hit the 786 and look at this. We're practically getting a market structure shift here and prices now on the 1 minute moving towards that 200. We'll see what happens, right? But this is how we can buy the red candles in confidence, knowing that there's a high probability when I buy this red candle, when it's ripping in everybody's face, when everybody's panic selling, when everybody's freaking out, I am calm. I'm cool, calm, collected, right? Because I have a strategy. Why are people panicking? Because they don't know, right? Fear comes from not knowing, right? And I've learned that through rock climbing, right? A lot of what we fear is not knowing what to expect, right? So how can we get rid of the fear? Well, that's confidence. That's trusting in a model. That's having a strategy because you've seen it play out so many times and knowing that even if this time fails, I will get the next one. And the next one's going to pay me. And even if I don't get the next one, even if I lose 3, 4 times in a row, I know eventually that model that I've been, teaching you guys, it's going to play out. It plays out all the time. Price repeats, right? It's beautiful. And eventually, as long as you stick to the model and you don't get emotional and you don't start over leveraging, you get excited, oh, I need to increase my leverage. And then bam, the market comes around and smacks you upside the head. It says, "Son, what the hell were you thinking? You thought you could come in here, play with us, right? And think you can get away with that nonsense? Come on now. Come on now. You think you're just going to come in here like you're playing against some of the smartest people in the world. This is the game, right? And really, I mean, what is it? Was it Warren Buffett that says like the markets is just, a way of transferring money from impatient people to patient people?
Oh yeah.
Well, we're showing you that. We're showing you patience.
Nice. Yeah, patience is really important. You definitely don't want to like rush trades. You definitely don't want to scare yourself out of a position. Um I think like being able to call trends is huge too. Predict trends, predict, you know, through multiple
That's
different.
Yeah, and that's what we teach here. You don't need to know anything about the news. You don't need to know anything about all the nonsense that there's a lot of traders out there, and they are successful, right? So I'm documenting what works for me, right? Some things work for other people, and we don't go over those things on this channel because they don't work for me. Say like trading the news. I don't trade the news because that has always gotten me wrecked. That was not high probability for me. It was always, and the further I came and I understood what I was reading with the charts, we're seeing the footprints of the market makers with the charts. The news is pretty much what's already happened a week or 2 weeks ago in the markets, right? It's lagging. It's a lagging indicator, in my opinion. But on the flip side, right, depending on what the news is reporting, right, if mainstream starts getting really bullish, like, what, yeah. uh, Jim Cramer, for instance. The inverse Kramer, right? There's a whole index about it. Come on. So we we can use news to our advantage somewhat because we can get an idea as to where people, the majority of people, where are they at? Where are they? Um, where's retail playing? Are they playing long or are they playing short? That's really what you can use the news for. Anything else, I would not put any validity into anything. You see these constant articles. Michael Saylor buying this much Bitcoin. How many times Michael Saylor just buys the top, dude? Michael Saylor just buys the top Bitcoin every single time. It's it's kind of funny to me.
Yeah, I mean,
So
that definitely could be that's definitely a good strategy when it comes to cryptocurrency. And if that's what works for you, man, that's awesome. But when it comes to like the TradFi markets, I mean, like world events, news, earnings reports, a lot of that stuff is huge. Huge.
yeah, because there's more, it has more money in there.
Well, like Israel today,
So
Israel just like massacred like 60 Palestinians today. It shot the price of oil up um a bit, but that also affected there's a handful of stocks in the stock market. People were just making crazy money today. Supercom almost hit $10 today. We covered that the other
hmm,
day, because of what's happening in Israel. Your local domestic oil producers went up. Most your small oil producers went up today. Pretty big. So,
yep.
there's certain stuff, like Richard Hart, for instance, if he beats his SEC case, Pulse Chain's going to go through the roof.
Yeah, well, I mean, you really can't say that because this is why I don't waste my time with the news or any of this. I know there's a lot of people who are probably going to be pissed about what I'm saying right here, but um, it doesn't work for me. I've tried. I've I've done that. I've gone down that road. Like I used to think like buying all the hype about something. It works to a certain point, but it's usually a lagging indicator, right? It's gonna take a while for this stuff to actually get priced in. So, um, I to be honest with you, like I said, I haven't done as much research about Richard Hart that most people probably in the space of Hex and Pulse, they could recite a whole thing about Pulse and Hex and all. Richard Hart is like their guy. I don't really know anything about the guy. It doesn't matter to me, right? I have my limit. I have my levels on the charts. I watch those levels, and if it breaks my level, I get out. If it goes to my model, I play it. I mean, if you guys been watching the channel here, I mean, you get how I play the markets. I don't waste my time with all the other nonsense that retail traders are wasting their time with. It doesn't matter. None of it matters. Right? And no offense to anybody, but I'm here to show you none of that matters. You could play the markets without any of this knowledge, and you can just use the indicators and the models that we show you, right? And you can generate a profit from that, right? And that's all we're doing. And I know there's a lot of there's some there's moon boys out there. They're completely married to the coin, and they're gonna hold for numbers of years. For me, right, I'm looking for a quick opportunity. If I can get 100, 200, 300%, I'm taking my money, I'm moving on. That's it, right? Because That's how I play the game. This is how I play the game. There's multiple ways of playing the game. You know,
Watch out, Fred.
and hex or pulse, you know, could very well
Oh,
get rug
snap.
pulled and it goes to
Oh.
zero. Well, all the money I put into
Nice.
it was money I
Thank you.
got out of the
Thank you very
markets.
much.
Do you need any condiments or anything?
So it
No,
doesn't
I don't
matter
need any
to me
condoms.
if all hex and pulse or any of that goes to zero
I'm good.
because Mike, you want to turn your mic off?
No, we're good.
But if this stuff were to go to zero, it does not matter to me because all this money so-called money I put in there has been gains and profits from all coins that I've been scalping. So I really don't care what it does. And that's a beautiful thing. If you can get to that level in this crypto space, oh my goodness, right? Now you can start eliminating. You don't have to worry about the money, right? That's why I don't care. So for me, I see Hex and Pulse Chain gaining traction despite whatever's going on with Richard Hart or whatever the news or whatever FUD or whatever. I mean, it could be very well true news. I don't know, right? I don't know. But all I know is that there's more people getting interested in this. The fees are cheaper. The ecosystem is growing, and let's face it, Mike. This thing ain't going away. If it was going to get rug pulled, I feel like it would have already done it by now. You know, they had like a massive run up. I think it was the last bull run. So I mean, if they were going to rug pull, I would assume they would have already done it. It was like what top? I think it was on the top five, right? Top five market cap of crypto last bull run. So there's something there. There's something there. So am I just gonna write it off? And the fact that there's a lot of FUD around it makes me even more interested in it, right? Because we do the exact opposite of retail traders. You know, if you guys haven't figured that out yet on this channel, we basically counter trade all the crypto bros, right? And that's how we make our money. We take their stop loss money. That's it. That is it. That's what we teach in this live stream in a nutshell. That easy.
Right on, right on. Yeah.
So it looks like the 76 ain't gonna pull. Oh, it's still making a high. We'll see. It's going for looking like a head and shoulders here. So this very well could continue to dump. But say this 786 fails, you could see my stop loss right below there, right? So if it decides to go down, I'm out, and then we'll look for another one, right? So we're gonna anticipate this move. This is a little risky. This one's a little bit more risky, right? But we'll see what happens. So yeah, I don't know. Was there any TradFi that you wanted to go over?
Yeah, I mean, we're basically seeing exactly what I was saying. You know, the people are getting out of the S&P 500 and the large cap stocks, and it's really just ramping up. So like Zomedica stepped up a little over 10% today. You know, I was already saying about Supercom and the small oil companies, which is always a solid play when there's crazy stuff happening in Israel, because you know oil is going to go up. So, you know, your oil plays are always good. Propane is starting to really heat up. No pun intended. Like the commodities markets are crazy, man. So you've seen commodities, huh?
Well, I'll tell you what about that propane.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually think that like stuff like gold and silver is actually going to kind of calm down a little bit, because when the price of oil goes down, those
Commodities
tend to go down. Yeah. I still think lithium is a solid play because it's rock bottom. Like you can't get cheaper than this. Lithium mining companies are closing up a shop. So it's just going to be a flux of demand. But yeah, what was really surprising to me, and this is TradFi, but I was looking at the commodities charts and I was looking at year over year prices and stuff. And coffee and cacao are probably the two best performing commodities there is. 75% year over year and 180% respectively. Yeah. Well, cacao is a dwindling resource, man. There's more, people are finding more gold in cacao. Yeah. Cocoa, some people call it cocoa. Huh?
It's pretty good. Chocolate cacao, yeah.
Yeah, so it's interesting to see. Obviously, like this would be the time that you would want to get into those biotechs that have been hammered down, like Alarity, which I talk about, which is a solid 2025 buy. Veristem's one I've been following for a long time. They had to do a reverse split not too long ago, a while back, and I mean they have been killing it the past couple months. So even with their even with the warrants, the cashless warrants they had at $3.50, I mean Veristem today, what did it hit? I think it was like $6. So that would have been, you know what I mean? Like a 100% gainer in the space of a couple months. I mean, these gems are everywhere right now.
What's the ticker on that one?
Veristem is VSTM. So 3 months ago, it was trading about $3 a share. So 131% in the past 3 months. What is that?
Is the right one?
No, VSTM.
Oh, V.
Veristem. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
I feel like we've covered this on stream before, too.
Did we? I don't know. I don't see any targets.
I know. But this one, basically, cancer oncology company. They're basically getting their crap together now. The market cap's pretty sizable, too, surprisingly enough. Close to 300 million now. But I mean, their earnings aren't fantastic. Earnings are not fantastic. They are still negative. So probably good short sell target for March. You know what I mean? Little put action on that week. March.
Yeah.
We've
been talking about how the it's the price on the weekly with the S&P is pretty far away from that 21.
You think the S&P is going to bounce?
No, I think we need either consolidation or a pullback, one of the two.
Right, we're getting it, man. It could not maintain over 6,000. It's 58.50 right now, I think. So not ideal.
Or not it is the most ideal.
Yeah, or it is ideal, depending on how you look at it. But yeah, most of those.
This one looks interesting. It's got that daily breaking above that 200. All right, so look, last time it did that here, did it here. Now it's doing it again here. So it's a model, right? We love to play the models.
Yeah, but I mean this company, man, until they can really get themselves in profit or major FDA news, I mean, it's going to be a problem, But what about HUSA? You've brought up HUSA here before. That one ran up today again. Yeah, this one's a solid, like, if you look at the news in the morning and they're like, Israel did some crazy stuff, or the Houthis in Yemen and blah, 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 and oil prices are going up, this is a great one to jump on for the day.
Yeah, it's looking like we're getting to that narrow state, and it's now the 200 look, it's slightly starting to come up and get that banana curve. We look for the banana hammock around here.
Oh, yeah, round bottoms.
Round bottoms make money. That's what I like to say.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But Hannah
probably give
Hannon
us a
mixing
target.
round bottoms. What is this show?
Like if you're just tuning in right now,
Yeah, man. So
so
I'm kind of like,
we could take our long and there. We'll put the stop loss there, and then I mean that stop loss pretty big, right? So I mean we can get this tighter,
yeah,
or you could even wait to bring your position to the bottom of this flag, right? Wait till it pulls back a little bit more. But as of right now, it is breaking above the 200 on the daily, so there is that. So you can bring your stop loss below this low, and boom, right there. That's that's over. Yeah, it's almost a 1 to 5 there, but it's more like a 1 to 3, 1 to 4. So still pretty solid trade right there on the daily. Once again, we play the larger time frames because they're more likely to play out, right? Nothing's guaranteed in trading. We are not financial advisors, right? I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance.
yeah. I mean, right now, basically, what you're gonna start getting is it's kind of like a hype show. That's what it seems like. A lot of hype, you know. Um, Fundamentals can kind of fall by the wayside in markets like this. Um, it becomes kind of like small cap madness, which is the scanner I have, the one I use most of the time, because I'm gonna start seeing these companies go nuts, take off. The fundamentals just won't be there. Sometimes the news isn't even there. You know, it's just been consolidating. Hedge funds have been waiting to jump in till they see,
It's the beginning. It's beginning of the year, so yeah, it's typical.
yeah, it's crazy, man. Crazy. Camera went out again. Gotta love this stuff. Gotta love this stuff.
Yeah, just getting some technical difficulties, but it's all right, right?
No, it's
So
not technical
Husa,
difficulties. It's
we just
called,
gave you basically a 1 to 3 there. That's the trade.
yeah. I just need to get a second battery for my camera, basically, so I can have one charged at all times.
Yeah, I mean, when I'm climbing, I have my cameras. I always keep a backup, like a battery for a backup. So
Yeah, well, we stream constantly, and we've been streaming on the daily, and I usually don't like plug in the camera, but I have a setup now where I could literally just plug it in the second we're done, which is what I'm gonna do tonight.
you can't plug it in and it'll like turn it back on like while you're streaming,
No,
or
when
is
it's
it like
plugged
you
in with a
need to like
Thunderbolt,
be off?
I have it plugged into a Thunderbolt for streaming, and it does not provide enough power to it to,
Mm,
you know, yeah. I'm using the
yeah.
Sony ZV-10, and yeah, it's just one of those things. And I'm reluctant to get one of those power supplies, those continuous power supplies for it, because they're not endorsed by Sony and they void your warranty.
Yeah, so yeah, you got to be mindful of that stuff, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. But I mean, really, besides like the power issue, the battery issue, which has mostly been my fault, to be completely honest, just not charging it. It's a fantastic camera for this. Fantastic.
Yeah, you got to remember to charge it. You know, that's kind of a thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Who knows? Maybe some people don't want to look at my face. They're not gonna mind this. But
Yeah, that's not even your real face, dude. That's like an AI generated.
yeah, I'm actually a woman, a blonde woman, very petite.
So the target of this flag right now on the daily for Bitcoin is $143,000 Bitcoin, right? Boom. And if you look, right, so we entered this trade before we started this stream. Or did, you know what? No.
I think you
Did we?
popped
Yeah,
in.
we entered in before. I entered in when I saw the 786 with my live account. So as you see, right, see how this was coming, it came close, but it didn't touch the 786, right? So this is how we enter into a trade, even if it's a very brief trade. In you can put it depending on the size of your account, right? You can put a high amount of leverage, and you can pretty much guarantee. You can't. I'm not going to say guarantee, but there's nothing here is financial advice, right? You can, if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to lose a lot of money. I guarantee you, right? I had to lose thousands of dollars before I figured this stuff out, right? And even the fact that I'm showing it to you live doesn't mean you can just go and do what I'm doing and be able to figure it all out and copy me. If you're copying me, you're just gonna get wrecked. I guarantee you might win a few times, but I've tried it, right? And I just got wrecked. So might work for you, might be a little different, but powerful move right back above the 200. Why did price reverse there? Well, we told you it's a 786. Why did it respond so violently? Now we're getting a market structure shift. Well, that's 786. How many times do we need to show you in a live setting? We don't. You might see like me go back into the charts some days, and I'm like, it might look like I'm cherry picking, right? Like, oh, this is hitting the 786, and it looks like, oh, Corey, you're just cherry picking. I literally just did it to you with you guys in live time right now, and look at what it's doing. How many times do I need to show you until you actually have this click in your head saying, "Oh my goodness, there is something here." It's not like I'm not naming any names, but it's just like the crypto bros saying, "Oh, Michael Saylor bought this $1 billion of Bitcoin," and then you go out and buy the Bitcoin and it drops, right? When we enter the trade, we're immediately in profits, right? Might get a little drawdown, but we're immediately in profits, right? That's how we know we're right, right? I'm not perfect. I'm not always right, but if your trade is not immediately in profits and it's not going your way, it's time to close it, right? So, Mike, I don't know how you feel about that. Did you like that live trade we entered?
Oh yeah,
Right.
for sure. I mean,
Now
I
we can bring
usually
our
watch
stop loss.
Bitcoin while we're streaming. So
Oh yeah, I always watch it. I'm always watching it.
watching it rock back up towards the 97 like that. You know what the Asian markets are doing?
Yeah, so I mean,
They're wrecking the short sellers.
this is looking like the start of a cup and handle. See how we're starting to get this rounded bottom here, and we just now broke above the 200 once again. So look, and I went over this last stream. I went over the other streams, and not every time. I told you this. Just because the price gets above the 200 doesn't mean we're gonna get a pump. See, look at what happened here. Why here? Right? You see those two spots, folks, right? Why did price not pump when it was doing this? Right? When it broke above the 200 here, why didn't price pump? When it broke above the 200 here, why didn't price pump? Well, let's I want to bring this into perspective because this was huge for me. Most losing trades are because you're trading against the direction of the 200. So you tried to trade. Yes, we had the model where it broke above the 200 here, but where is the 200 telling you where we're going? It says we're still going down, bud. But see, when it broke above here, which is doing currently right now, and see where the 21's coming, it's coming up to do the golden cross now. Right? This repeats over and over and over and over again. This is why I say there's an opportunity every single day to make money in the markets. What I this this might be crazy, right? And we've mentioned this, but Mike, did you know that every daily candle has a bottom?
I did.
Oh my goodness. Like what, Corey? That's not significant. What are you talking, dude? Of course it has a bottom, but do you understand why I told you? Every single day has a bottom. Every single minute has a bottom. Every 15 minutes has a bottom, right? All you need to do is catch that bottom, right? And wouldn't it be funny that all the bottoms have 786s, cup and handles, right? No way it could be that easy. Don't take my word for it. Just go back and look at it for yourself. All right. Just go look at it, huh? Would you look at that? Would you look at it? I'm playing it with you in live time so that you guys know I'm not BSing because there's a lot of there's a lot of BSers out here. We're not one of them. We're 100% genuine. We want to help you. We want to give you a piece of information that makes everything click.
Thunder's locked
There,
on them.
it's
I'm
like
gonna open
game
them.
changer. All of a
Okay.
sudden,
Okay.
this is not what you thought it was anymore, right? And your perspective is completely flipped on its head, right? That's what we're aiming to do on this channel. It's pretty wild, right? Pretty wild. And I'm putting my neck out there, right? How many people you see out there like calling price every single day like I do? Not many. Why is that? Because they're trading news. We trade off of statistics and probabilities here. That's what's giving us an edge. It's real. That's a real edge, right? So once again, I mean, yeah, I'm stoked. Yeah, I called another play on Bitcoin here, guys. Come on, how many times do I have to do it? So what I do is basically, I mean, I let these trades play out. I take that money and I put it into altcoins. Right? I'm basically getting this money for free. I had to, I can't really say that. I had to lose a lot of money to get to where I'm at. I still have a long ways to go. I'm not perfect. I wish, but it's incredible, Mike, to see from just looking at where I was a year ago to now. It's it's insane, and I have the tools in my arsenal it's gonna change my life. You're watching it in real time. This is the documentation, right, of our financial journey. It's not financial advice. And as of right now, you're seeing the results of all my hard work. And you can do this too. Every single day I get home from work, even when I'm at work, I think I went over this yesterday. I was watching trading videos. I was getting the education. I wanted to find every single piece of information that I possibly could figure out. I've been down so many rabbit holes with this crypto and trading thing. It's not even funny, right? I used to try to just trade news. I used to just go watch YouTubers and tried to trade alongside them and then ended up getting wrecked even though they were winning. And it was like, what's going on here? Why am I losing even though they're winning? And then all of a sudden it clicked to me. It's nothing to do with them. It's everything to do with me. I wanted to focus on how to change everything else around me. But the problem was here. It was up here. And that, my friends, is why trading is so difficult. I can teach you models. I can teach you entries, risk management. I can teach you everything that I know. But all of that, it doesn't matter unless you got things right up here. Because if you don't know when to cut it off, and you get frustrated, get angry, you get emotional, you get excited, you get euphoric, all of this up here just goes out the window, right? And you start trading off emotions. You get frustrated, and then you just all of a sudden blow up your account. And you're like, how did I get here again? It makes you feel like you're crazy. Because there's no one to blame except yourself in this game. And if you're blaming other people, right? You're blaming, oh, Crypto Corey took that trade, I got stopped out, and I lost my full account. You have no one to blame but yourself. You were supposed to be risking only 1%. 3% maximum if you're confident, right? But 1%. And you need to be okay with that. You already set up that agreement when you entered that trade and you put the stop loss and you saw how much money it said if your stop loss get hit. You know, you can't look at, oh, I set the stop loss, it was $50, and then your stop loss gets hit, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I didn't want to lose that $50. I didn't want that. You already had the agreement when you set the trade up, and then all of a sudden you go back on that. Like, come on, you already had that conversation with yourself. You can't be disappointed. There's no reason to be disappointed. You already accepted that was a possible fate of one of the outcomes, you know? So why are you getting mad? I have to ask myself that question sometimes. Corey, why are you getting mad right now? You knew you were gonna you knew it was New Year's. You knew it was a holiday. You knew you shouldn't have been chasing price, right? You have to be brutally honest with yourself with this. Because if you're not going to succeed. Right? You're not. You're going to just blame everybody else for your problems. And then you're going to give up. And you're just like, oh, just go join everybody else that says, oh, trading is a scam. These traders are scammers. Like, there's no way to make a lot of money. You need hundreds of thousands of dollars to be successful. No. I'm here to show you can do it with a small account. You can start with 300, you can start with 500, 1,000, you can start with 100. It doesn't matter. And really, the smaller the amount of money in the beginning, the better, because if you start caring too much, you're just going to stop learning. Right? If you're caring too much, you're not learning anymore. You're too worried about making money. And you weren't focusing on yourself. You weren't focusing on bettering your education. You weren't focusing on putting your trades into your trading journal to go back and look at what you were doing wrong. No, all you were worried about was trying to grow your account. And that, my friends, is why you are not succeeding. Too concerned about the money. The less you care about the money, all of a sudden, you start learning. Why is that? Well, money will make us emotional. It can make us euphoric. It can make us frustrated. It can make us all sorts of things. And when we get emotional, all of a sudden, logic and everything else goes out the window. I can relate this to climbing, because when I'm on a wall and I start getting scared, right? I'm looking for anything to grab, and I'm starting to grab things harder. I'm looking for protection. I'm like, I can't. I have tunnel vision in a way, all right? When you get emotional, and this is an extreme example, like when you're rock climbing, you get scared, all of a sudden you can't think right. You start feeling weak. You can't perform on the level that you were performing before. Why is that? Well, your brain is producing chemicals, right? Cortisol and everything else. Same thing is happening when you're trading. And it's very hard to counteract those, whether it's endorphins or whatever it is, if it's good or bad, right? There's, it's both sides of the spectrum. You can feel euphoric and super happy and end up getting yourself wrecked because you feel really good. I've done it. It's it's almost in a way, I would say, when you have a few wins and you're super stoked, I say that's more dangerous than being fearful, right? Because you're going to keep going, you're going to keep chasing, right? You have to understand when you start feeling those feelings, you have to say, I see that feeling. You have to identify it, be like, hey, look, Corey, you're feeling euphoric right now. What is this? You wanted to brag to people. You're showing people your trades on social media. You're showing them the gains. If you're feeling that way, it's time to take profits. Because how many times I've done that? I went to show like a position that I'm in, and then as soon as I go to trade it, show it on social media, the trade walks against me. When in the fact, instead of sharing and showing my friends, oh, how good of a job I'm doing, I should have just hit the sell button. And it was in that moment, right, when I knew, when I felt like that, I wanted to tell everybody, like, look at the gains, look at this is so sick. Time to pay yourself, right? I just tell myself that from now on. Time to pay yourself. And in the moment, it's like, oh, I can keep going. It might pump a little bit more, right? But you're like, you know what? I paid myself. That's what counts. Most people don't even do that in this game. Pretty awesome stuff. Wouldn't you say, Mike?
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Bitcoin trades playing out, right? We're holding that 786 strong, baby. Right? So
Yeah. No,
you got something you
Bitcoin.
can go over real quick?
Bitcoin is looking good. I don't know. Do you want to cover more of AI? Because we're at a very rare time in my trading where I'm actually not into the. I'm barely. I can't say I'm never not into the market, stratifying markets. I'm barely in them, but I'm hardcore into this one right now. Basically, I was playing the Bitcoin play because I don't do the leverage trading like Corey, so I'll tend to do like I try to do like more of a swing trading thing when it comes to cryptocurrencies and stuff. So basically, I jumped into this bad boy a couple days ago when it was in the 12 cents region, and I mean, I went. I'm elbow deep. However you want to put it. I know some other people use different terms to explain being, very exposed to a certain asset. But I am hardcore into this one because, basically my thinking is at times when Bitcoin and Ethereum surge, the lesser known altcoins like this one, which doesn't even have an exchange listing yet, but still has a market cap of 16 million, 17 million actually. These ones tend to just get better gains because they're not known, So basically, I'm kind of looking for the 10 times here on this one, from the 12-cent region. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd be ecstatic with $1 without a doubt, but I'm thinking, out of the different projects and stuff, this one's showing a lot of promise. It's something that me and Corey covered weeks ago, and they had their first little pop, but of course some of the whales sold, and I think it topped out at about 25 to 30 cents. Well, I'm thinking now with Bitcoin and Ethereum running up again, this one's gonna be looking real good, real good.
Yeah, I have to agree. So even my mentor, one of my mentors, by the way, I have a few, but Sammy, gave Morph AI a shout out again today, saying he's still holding strong. So that tells you there's some more upside for this coin. I see it. I see it in a big way. I'm, you know what? I'm looking for my re-entry here. I'm actually really looking for it. So
Yeah, I mean, this is
where
a
would it be?
rare one too, in that there's no inflation that's going to happen. This is circulating supply, total supply. It's all there. So every $100 million of market cap is $1 in price for this one. So
That's it, man. So
they make their money off 5% tax on trading, which I am glad to pay because it means that basically they don't need to sell coins. Who knows? The people running this contract, which I think these are the actual Morph AI people who run the Morph
they're
AI,
morphing, huh?
the Morph AI software. So when you go into the
The
Twitters,
morphers.
no, I've done a lot of research. So there's a Morph AI is actually a like face morphing AI thing. It's a tool software suite for influencers and social media personas and such, where they can use their AI to change faces. You can even create an entire
Yeah.
character.
Oh
So
yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's what Sammy was talking about. Yeah, they have a whole thing. It's like it's legit. Like
yeah,
it's not just like a crypto, you know. It's like they actually, I mean, like you said, voices and like everything else. Like you can generate a lot. This can be a powerful tool,
yeah. So
right?
that to me is super promising because a lot of times when, like, even remember what was it, ladies? The ladies meme
Oh
coin,
yeah,
and it was based off the
yeah, yeah.
ladies NFT. They weren't associated with the ladies NFTs in any way, shape, or form, and that market cap reached billions. And then you had Gronk, not associated with Gronk. Palm AI,
Yeah,
the Palm AI coin,
another
not
one.
associated with Palm AI.
Yeah,
So this is,
yeah. There was a couple of those, you know.
and they still went nuts. People made tons of money. Good for them.
That's the thing. Like even though they weren't associated with the companies, they still did really good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, in this space is kind of like the Wild West in a lot of ways. If you can
Oh
you
yeah.
get that contract, build that code, or get some code on GitHub and throw it out there.
Whoever's quickest,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, basically, and where companies will have a huge issue because the SEC will be all over them. Individuals in a different country can just, they can get it booted up and bam, bam, that name recognition and everything. It's huge for them. So this one though, it's
Oh
the
yeah.
company's actually doing it, and they're definitely a foreign entity. Luckily for them, or the SEC would be all over them. Once they get to a certain level. But I think it's actually reassuring that they're hitting, 17, $20 million market caps only being listed on Uniswap. So I'm excited for, an exchange listing here in the near future.
Oh yeah. So the Bitcoin trade that we put out before, I mean, we entered before, but now it's banging. Now it's getting us paid, right? Isn't that beautiful? We did it in live time again, Mike. How many times do we have to do this? Why haven't you subscribed to the channel? Why? Why didn't you hit the like? You should have been hitting the like button as soon as you came into the stream. You know, it's like taking your shoes off. You know, I take my shoes off when I come into your house. Why didn't you take your shoes off? Come on, hit that like button. You're in me. You're in Money Mike and Crypto Corey's house right now. Show us a little respect. Why don't you?
I hope there's
Right?
nobody in my house.
I just gotta let them know, Mike. You know, like the fact that we do this every single day, right? It, it's amazing to me, Mike. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
You know?
Bitcoin stepping up above 97,000 here is actually really reassuring. The price swings today were insane. But I mean, basically, yeah, you're looking at a short-term cup and handle, just like you were saying, starting to form here, round bottom. Like I wouldn't be surprised.
Beautiful thing, Mike.
Huh?
Go ahead.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like at this point in time, the way it's acting, like don't be surprised if you wake up and see 99,000 Bitcoin, and then you check it at lunch and it's breaking over 100. because this
Now we're going to new all-time highs, and
Yeah.
it's because why is that? It's because people are shorting and they think they're smarter than the markets. They think they got this, and they do not know Jack S. Right? I tell myself I don't know anything every single day, and why do you think I'm so good?
I know nothing. I know nothing.
I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. That's why I love. Sammy says it all the time on his live stream, and it's so true. Right? If you think you know everything, well, that's the moment you stop learning. Right? Right? That's incredible, Mike. Incredible. What do you think? Do you think we're gonna hit this target? It's like moving.
I
Right here.
called
It's like
125. 125 only because it just
So right now we are going to move our stop loss to break even, right? Because now we have no risk whatsoever in this trade, right? And really, so now you can put that stop loss below the 200. So now we can put it even into profit, right? And we have this low, right? And we also have the 200 and we have the 21 as well, right? You can be a little safe and go below this low, right? Because all the moving averages are above that. So think of these like force fields. Think of this like you play in Halo, and then like you get that shield around you, and you're like, yeah, let's go into battle, baby. I can get shot a bunch of times. You ain't gonna take me down. Well, that's what the moving averages are. These are the force field, right? All those they're gonna protect you, right? You got some protection, right? Normally, I don't use protection, but in this case, I love it.
Jesus. I don't even want to know what you meant. Oh.
Oh my God, Mike, it's just, I mean, you know how it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Um
But yeah, so like right now, so yeah, you might want to take profits, but honestly, just move that stop loss up, right?
Oh yes.
And then forget about it.
And remember, for this bull run, there's ways to make really good money on the TradFi by basically
TradFi,
finding Bitcoin
any of it.
adjacent blockchain adjacent companies. Like we covered Bitcoin Depot. I'm into those warrants heavy, mostly because actually that's kind of probably similar to like your pulse chain trade. The Bitcoin Depot warrants, Bitcoin Depot, they
Yeah.
do Bitcoin ATMs.
It's speculative. Yeah.
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 Well, the warrants,
And we have, go
they're
ahead.
they're 6 cents a piece, man. So you get a crazy Bitcoin bull run, and you get people just start piling into blockchain stocks, and this stock company name is literally Bitcoin Depot. So I mean, you could just see a major hype run on that bad boy. And those 6 cent warrants, if Bitcoin Depot goes from about $2 a share where it is right now to something crazy, like it just shoots up to $20 one week because Bitcoin's at 125,000, those warrants are going to go from 6 cents to close to $10. Massive, massive
You
gains.
heard it here, folks. You heard it here first,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, I've been loading up slowly on those. I don't even know how many I have because those are on a separate brokerage account.
I mean, we gave you the trade again on the live. Come on, folks. Why didn't you guys subscribe? You we're going to be taking these clips, and like I'm serious, Mike. Like people pay money to learn this stuff. We're giving it to you for free. For free.
Yeah,
Right?
I got
Come
a
on.
couple. I got over 2,000 of those warrants now. Just keep
There you go.
every once in a while. I
Right?
just throw another hundo in the Charles Schwab because they'll let you buy warrants where Robinhood won't. And yeah, plus they have
Yeah.
the Thinkorswim trading platform. So like when you get into the brokerages, Corey, finally, I know it's gonna happen eventually. Maybe on the next bear, the next
Yeah.
Bitcoin consolidation
So I just
period.
took my profits. Just took my profits there, folks. So it could very well keep pumping. It most likely will. But I'm showing you on the stream. If we want to be professionals, right? How can we generate a consistent profit? We can't be expecting to shoot for the moon every single time. And even though like we have a beautiful setup right here, right? This is beautiful. Technically it's really not time for price to run. I could be completely wrong. This thing might just rip in my face right now. But you have to understand, and you can see my like my position where I entered, right? And you can see where I exited. This is all you need to change your life. And as soon as you get that through your head, the sooner things are going to start changing for you. Yes, right? I know that very well, and it's very likely that price continues to run from here. But do I care? No. I just paid myself, right? And you can do this on a consistent basis, right? That's all you need to do. And I know it seems like, oh yeah, Corey, you got a lot of experience in this and that. No, I don't. Like I've really, I mean, I've been doing this like probably a year or two, like with leverage. And I've been beaten up so many times where I've come to the realization where I'd rather take a small profit than a large loss because I've taken large losses so many times. So I figured out, okay, I just take my opportunity here and I'll find another one. Right? I'm profitable for today. So that trade right there, I lost after I took that win in the morning. So that just made up for my other loss. So now, yeah, I mean, I'm sitting happy. I'm in a good place, and I'm just gonna close it down for the night. I'll
Right
look
on,
for
right
something
on.
else in the morning. And I think the more you guys you do this, the more you're gonna feel comfortable about it. And the first times like I was like taking trades and like selling, it felt wrong. It felt like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. Oh, I don't like this. And then instant reaction is you want to get right back into the trade after you sell. You start looking at the price. You're looking to see if the price is dropping, to see if, oh, you were right. And then if price starts pumping, all of a sudden you get this emotion inside of you like, oh no, 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 no. I can get more money. I need to enter right back in now. And then you enter in now, and then what price does? It what does price do? Sorry. It reverses on you, and then you lose money, right? And not only that, you paid a bunch of fees on top of it. So the fact that you close the trade says, okay, I need to walk away because I already paid fees to close the trade, and if I want to open the trade, I have to pay fees again. So it's going to feel wrong in the beginning. Oh, I shouldn't be taking profits, right? It feels like I shouldn't be doing this, and that's why it's hard. And no one really talks about this, Mike. No one really talks about the difficulty of selling. Everybody knows how hard it is to buy when everything's like crashing down, right? But no one tells you how hard it is to sell when price is pumping, right? Have you experienced that, Mike? Have you experienced some of those emotions?
Um, you mean when it's pumping and selling?
No?
Isn't that what you were just asking? Like when it starts pumping and when to
You
sell?
there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, there you go. What? Yeah.
You were asking like the emotions, like when it's pumping and when to sell and stuff.
Yeah, how's it when you were first selling, right? When you first started to trade, when when you sold a position, how did you feel?
I mean, it really depends, man. Um, because of my past experiences with it, and just like basically hit 10 times and then just dump everything and then watch it go 3 times more after that. Now I kind of have like a hard fast rule with selling. Like once I'm up once it's up a certain percentage, once it's up 25, I sell 10%. Once it's up 50%, I sell another 10%. And it's a sliding ratio.
Perfect.
So it's like I have a hard, fast rule of selling now. I don't just, depending on the asset, and how much
And
I'm
that's
into
why
it.
you're successful.
Yeah, it's like you just keep paying yourself a little bit day by day type thing. And, you that way you kind of avoid the pitfalls of if the price just dumps on you on something. You've already gotten your initial investment and then some out. So like you're good. You made profit. You're not going to be kicking yourself in the ass. You might think, oh yeah, I could have sold at the top when I was there and I made so much money. But what'll happen is you'll still be in it when you have something that keeps on going up. You'll still be in it. So that will make up
Leave
for
a runner.
that'll make up for any of those losses you experience when you didn't sell all of it all at once. You know?
And so this is, yeah, like exactly so like what Mike is saying. There's an instance where I'll sell half of my position and then I'll move my stop loss to break even. So now it's not break even. I've paid the trader, right? So you take half position when you're in profit and you feel like you know it's going to keep running, right? You put that stop loss to break even. So even if your stop loss gets hit, you've already paid yourself. So yes, it wasn't as much as it could have made, right? And if you had sold the full position, but using this strategy, I've found can be very powerful as well, right? It's a way that you can be safe as well as pay the trader, you know? So, Mike, there's a lot of things to go over. Have we had any comments?
No.
Has anyone commented about? No?
No, not
Like,
tonight.
come on, guys. Like, how many? You got? I know you got some questions out there. I know you got something. I know you got something for me. Like, who? I sound like an owl. Like, NASCAR All Out comes in the chat, gives us some fire charts and some stuff that pumped. You would have gotten some money from his chat. Some of his chats. He People like him make the show. We need more people to reach out. We need more people to comment. We need more people to ask us questions because that's how we're going to get better. I want to help you guys. I really do. We're here to help you. Like I'm saying, when this channel becomes huge, and it's only a matter of time, right? This is going to be tens of thousands of subscribers, and there's going to be so many people in the chat. We're not going to be able to read the whole chat. So this is your opportunity to ask us questions before we become huge, right? So there's that. So I don't know what you guys are waiting for, but it's only a matter of time. This is a guarantee. This is not an if. It's a matter of when. So we'll have to put that into a short clip. Why haven't you asked us any questions?
Yeah, I just went and looked at the comments. We get a lot of those ones because we do cryptocurrency content. I have a wallet and I need blah 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 blah. This is my seed phrase.
Don't fall for that crap, anybody. There's gonna be a lot of scammers on our channel. There's probably people that are gonna imitate us as well. So you need to be very. If it sounds too good to be true, most likely it is. So we're never gonna reach out to you personally, right? And we're gonna wait for you to reach out to us first, right? You need to message us. We're never, ever, ever under any circumstance, we don't have time for that. We don't have time for it. So
Yeah, I worked
no,
13
under
hours
any
today.
circumstances,
I ain't
yeah, we're
messaging
not
you.
gonna ever reach out to you asking for a wallet or anything like. We're never gonna do that, right? We're gonna have you reach out to us first. So don't fall for the scammers. There's a lot of scammers out there.
I
Right?
remove
Evil, evil, evil people.
I remove the seed phrase people when they pop up. I remove those comments right off the videos.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those are scammers, right?
Yeah,
And if
no.
they ask you to join a WhatsApp or a Telegram, like, no, that's a scammer. You're gonna get screwed. Don't even pay them a single second of your time.
Yeah. If it's a super hot chick and she's acting like she's really into you, it's probably a scammer.
Yeah, scammer for sure.
Oh,
I
good
think it's a
times.
good place to leave off, Mike.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah. I gotta be up and super early. Another 2-hour drive to the job. Another 13-hour day probably. So
mm.
yeah.
Yeah, me and Jamie are gonna go climb the pocket wall. So that was so we did a recon mission the other day.
Ooh, recon.
Tomorrow we are gonna wake up and we're gonna go to Moab. I'm playing hooky from work. I told my boss, "Hey, look, I'm going rock climbing. I'm sorry. If you want me to come in on Saturday, I'll come in on Saturday." He did. Oh no, go have some fun. Go climb some rocks. So tomorrow I'm gonna go climb some rocks.
Oh,
you know?
he did get back to you?
Yeah, he got back to me. He's cool.
Nice.
So that's how it goes, right? Honesty is the best, folks. Right?
Yes, yes. But if you do find yourself in a situation where you've been caught out, just deny, deny, deny. Deny until you die.
All right, folks. Well, so we gave you a trade, right? We showed, let's see how Bitcoin, I mean, it's consolidating, really kind of making a flag, but you see, I just get these feelings, Mike. Sometimes, I gotta sell, and then boom, price pulls back. I
Yeah, we're
don't know.
getting
Maybe we're, it
around
must be
top.
AI, I think.
Yeah.
I think we're AI.
Well, it's getting around top, but it might be a head fake, little fake out action. So
Yeah, it's consolidating.
you got to
So let's see what happens.
be fearful when the
I
Asian
close.
markets take over, man, because they get, they're just sitting around coding. They got them algorithms. They will wreck you. Basically.
So you got to trade like a robot. You don't care. Stop caring. Like, you see me. That was like, I mean, you can't make this stuff up, Mike, right? Like, I'm doing it in live time. That's how you know I'm not BSing. Like,
Yeah.
well, I am AI, so I mean,
I was gonna say that doesn't prove you're not AI.
I do have like an advantage over you humans. But when I get these feelings, I don't know. I get this, and we don't trade off feelings around here. But I don't know. Like when I want my money, I take my money. That's all I gotta say about that, Mike.
Right on, right on. Yeah, man. So good times.
So yeah, we'll be doing another stream tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right. I gotta go. Oh, there's my alert. Oh yeah. So that was the Bobo. So that was a good thing. I sold this position. It's just been crashing. Remember I told you guys I got out of Bobo? Well, yeah. We got stopped. It's fine. But see, that was one of the ones that I wasn't right about. But like I said, Bitcoin, we showed you how to get paid, and we were not expecting like a big move. That's all. We got our 1 to 3, and that was it. We were out. That's it.
That's a lot.
And are we going to care about what the market does for the rest of the night? No, I'm going to go eat some food and I'm going to go chill. I'm going to get set for tomorrow. I got to rock climb and it's going to be so much fun. Let me tell you, Mike, when you finally get locked into this game and you realize that doing less makes you more, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Because you realize, wow, I was trying way too hard before. And as soon as you stop trying, this is gonna sound crazy to the beginners, because the beginners, you guys, you need to start trying some more because you haven't been trying enough. But you gotta understand, where is that area where, oh, I'm putting too much time into this when I already know what I know. I already know what I need to do. And most of you out there already know what you need to do, but for some reason you would just want to keep finding the next thing. Oh, I want to learn Elliott wave. Oh, I want to learn MACD. Oh, I want to learn VWAP. I'm telling you right now, I've done it. I've gone down every single rabbit hole. I'm a person that likes conspiracy theories, so I was inherently drawn to going down every single. I wanted to learn every single piece of information about trading, and then I figured out. It took me a while. The more that I learned, it was all the same. It's all the same. The Elliott wave guys are looking at the same thing as the VWAP guys, as the same thing as the moving average guys, as the same thing as the 786 guys, as the same thing with the PD array guys, like AMD profiles, Wyckoff, everything. I can go down the whole list, right? We can be here for the whole night, but we're all looking at the same thing, right? It's what you do with that information. You can look at, you're going to just overwhelm yourself if you try to learn all that. You can learn it, right? I've learned it, but you'll come to the realization that's a waste of time. And you don't even need that. I used to use MACD. I used to use I mean, I don't even, you see, Mike, do you even see the RSI on my charts anymore? I just stopped using indicators because I already know, I can tell, I see the relative strength index just from the price movement. It's gonna take some time. I get it. Like it's gonna sound, it sounds like I'm talking crazy to some people here, but the more time you put into it, the more you realize that those indicators, they're just gonna hold you down, right? They're just gonna hold you back, and more often than not, they'll fake you out. I've seen that as well. How many times I like see bearish divergence completely defied on Bitcoin? You know, a lot of times it works, but not all the time, right? Not everything's 100%. You have to figure out what's going to work for you.
Nice.
I think that's a perfect place to leave off. What do you think, Mike?
Oh yeah, yeah. I gotta wake up early for work. About
Yeah, I got to wake up early to go into the desert.
6 hours from now. So, woo, woo.
Yeah, I just stopped counting the hours, but well, me and Mike, we really appreciate all of you tuning into this channel. You guys make the channel. We need you guys to comment. We need you to like. We need you to subscribe. Right? You're gonna make us on another level. Like you see us where we are at now. Imagine, because we're gonna keep live streaming. Imagine where we are gonna be in a year from now, Mike. It's completely unrecognizable.
Yeah,
So-
man. Yeah. I mean, I have a bunch of projects in the works. So, you know.
This
And-
is your opportunity, folks. You wanna pick our brains. You wanna ask us questions, like you, because there's gonna be eventually. I mean, there's gonna be so many people. We're gonna have our own. I mean, I have my own paid mentorship. I don't shout that out too much on the channel, but I have my own paid mentorship. People already pay me to teach them what I'm teaching here, right? And that's fine because some people need some of that one-on-one to provide for that. But you can learn everything that I'm teaching here if you want to. I learned it for free on YouTube, right? And then I found other people, I paid them money. So I guess, yeah, there is some of that. So
I mean, I do the 8 years of trial and error method. That's what I'm going off of. But my wins speak for
Yeah.
themselves.
You have to look at adversity as a challenge. The sooner you start doing that in your life, not just trading, everything in life. When something bad happens to you, you have to look at it, okay, this is a challenge. This is happening for a reason. And through trading, like I've lost so much money. Like something bad happens to me, like say if I get like a flat tire, when in the past I used to get so angry or like curse and like this and that. Now I just like laugh at it. It's like you got me joking. Like really, yeah, you're not gonna bend me out. You're not gonna ruin me. Like I'm not gonna get bent out of shape out of this. This is funny. This is funny. How am I gonna figure this out? you know,
I
that's
carry
that's how I look at it.
I carry a plug and patch kit and a portable compressor that plugs into the cigarette lighter.
There you go.
Yeah, just gotta
So
be
you get
prepared.
you start having one of those days where like one thing goes wrong and then another thing goes wrong and then you start adding all these things. You start creating a list in your head. You just got to be like, that's funny. There's something funny going on today, and I guess it's just not my day. So you know what? I'm gonna just roll with the punches. But sometimes you just get, like even in trading, you gotta know when it's your day. If it's not your day, time to walk away, right?
Yes.
All right, Mike, I think it's a great place to leave off. I'm going to go eat some food. I got to go climb tomorrow. I got to get ready, get up early. Big day. So, like I said, check out the Clove Hitch Corey climbing channel. That's my rock climbing adventures and skydiving adventures, right? So you can check out all my cool stuff there. But this is the trading channel, right? This is the Manic Money Finance channel, right? We hope you learned something, right? Make sure you hit the like button on your way out, right? Subscribe, and make sure you leave a comment. But with that,
Yes,
Mike,
yes.
I'm gonna sign off.
Yes, trade safe out there, people.
All right, yes, trade safe, and let's see what happens. It's Friday tomorrow, so let's just watch and see what happens. All right, guys, peace out.
Peace.